Hey there, my name is Jason Gold, and I'm back with another episode of Investor Insights. Today, I'm talking about the importance of helping the sell side with their models. So let's get started. The truth is, this is a topic I could talk about for hours. I could honestly make 10 videos on why it's so important to help the sell side with their models and how companies can really benefit from doing this because it helps them get the numbers that are in the market just right. Today, we're just going to focus on the high level. Perhaps I'll make another 9 videos over time and we'll go into all the nuances. Let's dig into the details. The first thing you need to realize is that analysts are busy. They are covering 30, 40, or 50 companies. Maybe they've got a team of research associates working with them, but maybe they don't. In any instance, the responsibility for getting the numbers right still falls on the analysts. So you have to have patience with them and recognize that what you know in your models, they don't know. You built the model with your FP&A team. You have perfect information. You have information from your sales teams, from your product teams. You're rolling up your GL. The sell side doesn't have access to any of that. They don't even necessarily know how all the products fit together. They don't necessarily know what the ASPs are or the unit volumes or the relative margins. So you need to recognize the disparity of information asymmetry that you have relative to them, and you have to be patient with them. You also have to recognize that given how busy they are, on the night that you're reporting, the sell side analyst probably has 5 or 10 other companies reporting the same night. And so there's a tremendous traffic jam going on in their office, looking at press releases, looking at supplemental materials, making sure that their models fit, doing GAAP to non-GAAP reconciliations. You are blissfully unaware of it because you're only focused on your company. You've done all of this earnings prep just for you. They've done earnings prep for 10 other companies. And you all report within 5 minutes of each other, and the buy side is asking them tons of questions. Salespeople are asking tons of questions. The media may be calling them. They're juggling a million things. So you need to be patient with them, and you need to spoon feed them the information that you want them to know to make sure they get their models right. So here's the thing. You've spent all this time on the model. You haven't given them all the information. They've built a pretty good model that you've looked at and you generally agree with. Why wouldn't you help them? Why wouldn't you make the go forward numbers as easy to digest as possible? It doesn't cost you anything, and in the end, it only helps you to have models that accurately reflect your business over the next 4 quarters. In fact, I say, help them help you. Having accurate numbers in Bloomberg, in Reuters, can only help you. The worst thing that happens to companies is that they think that they're doing really well, but they didn't manage the street numbers. And so consensus is all over the place. People didn't listen to their guidance. Their models were busted. The cash flow numbers were wrong. They think they're producing a set of numbers that are ahead of what their guidance was. And the reality is they're missing consensus and the stock goes down. That's not what anyone wants. And that's just sloppy. You can really control this if you're just on your game. Help them help you. If their models are right, you're not spending time chasing down consensus numbers in Bloomberg and asking Bloomberg to eliminate outliers that are too low or too high. The number of times I've seen that is in the hundreds, and it's just an epic waste of everyone's time and doesn't move the ball forward. Get people in line with your guidance. They can be outside of their guidance if they feel a reason to be there. But 90% of the time, they want to be within their guidance because why would they know their business better than you? Look at their models and help them, particularly if there's something funky in the guidance that you're giving or in something difficult to understand about your numbers. So how do you do this? What are some of the tricks that you can go through to really help the street with their models? Number 1, give very thorough guidance. Some people give no guidance at all. I think that's a huge mistake. We can discuss that in a different topic. But I think if you're going to give guidance, be as thorough as you possibly can. Give guidance to as many of the metrics as is reasonably possible for you to estimate, and don't leave anything to chance. Number 2, create a supplemental data sheet for modeling purposes and include it in your earnings deck and point people to it. What should go in this? All the things that are outside of the major headlines. Let's say you're guiding to revenue, operating income, and cash flow. Those are the major things. But what about things like CapEx or tax rate or share count or other income or quarterly cash flow? These are critically important things for modeling purposes, and the street needs to get their model right. If you have the information and there's nothing super proprietary about it that would give away state secrets, why wouldn't you give that to them? I've seen a million examples where the street had revenue right and operating income right, but they had below the line items wrong. They had share count wrong. They had other income wrong. They had the tax rate wrong. And so earnings were super whacked. You don't want a situation where Bloomberg reports that you beat revenue and operating income but missed on earnings. What a mess. Again, sloppy and not something that you need. You can be accurate. You can just be on your game, helping people to get everything just right with a supplemental data sheet. The other thing to help them with is CapEx, particularly if free cash flow is important to you. Help people understand that detail. The bottom line is the more time you spend helping the sell side with your models, the more it will pay dividends to you in the future. And the silly thing is that I'm using an analogy of dividends, but the reality is it's true. It doesn't cost you anything. It's no extra effort really for you to help the street with their models. And why not? They're doing something nice for you by amplifying your message. Make it as easy for them to get it just right. Understand that they're busy and it will come back to help you. That's it. Thanks for tuning in again for another episode of Investor Insights. My name is Jason Gold, and I look forward to seeing you back here again soon.